It's all possible. LeBron maybe goes to China. Plays in China for the Yang Tigers. Makes $300 million in 2 years.
Yeah, it takes
Comes
2
back,
years off,
runs for 2020 as a president. Unreal. Becomes president. Makes a trade for Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Davis.
Executive order.
Yeah.
Executive order. Dude.
First president / basketball player to ever play. And then by then, LeBron Jr. is ready to come in. He's retired for the 4 years to run his first term. LeBron Jr. comes in. LeBron comes back. First dad and son pick and roll in the history of the NBA. Still gets crushed by Golden State.
No, but I really think that like you.
That's all possible. None of that is off the table.
Oh, yeah, this got out of hand towards the end of it. Hey, guys, welcome to another episode of Instant Replay, your favorite sports podcast. I'm your host, Zoeb Naqvi. This week on the podcast, we had Sajj Khan and Babar Khan, brothers who have returned onto the podcast together to talk to us about who they think is going to win the NBA Finals. This is definitely a fun episode. Enjoy. Okay, let's talk about the NBA Finals. What we're really here for, guys.
The trilogy.
The trilogy. First time in NBA history that three teams, the same teams, will be in the NBA Finals. Sajj, you're obviously thinking who's gonna win,
I think Golden State's gonna win.
and
I
in
think,
how many games?
I think I wouldn't be surprised if they won in 5 games.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they won 5 games, but I think they'll probably win in 6
I think
games.
that's absurd, but okay.
I think they'll win in 6 games.
Okay.
And like at the start of the playoffs, people were actually talking about Golden State going 16-0, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's ridiculous." And I was like, "Is it ridiculous? Like,
It is ridiculous.
Remember the last time a team had 2 of the best 3 players? They went 16-1, and those were the Lakers, right? And had it not been for that miraculous Iverson game that everybody remembers, they would have actually gone 16-0. And they had 2 of the best 3 players. And you could argue the third best player was probably Iverson. Now,
Okay, so let's rank out all the players from Cleveland and Golden State.
Cleveland
in
has-
your opinion, who's the first?
But like
who's
in what
second?
sense? Like if I'm starting a team today?
No, in the sense of like who would you? Yeah, sure. Who would you want? Well, even in the matchups, like who do you think is gonna be the most impactful player in the game? Both sides.
Well, I think that's so. Okay, so I would go LeBron first.
Okay.
I'd go KD second.
Okay.
I would go Steph. No, sorry. I would go Steph second. I would go KD third.
Okay.
I would go
That's
Irving
interesting.
fourth.
Yeah.
I would go.
Draymond. Draymond's
no.
more than Kevin Love.
No, I would go Clay fifth. What? I would go Draymond sixth, and I would go Kevin Love seventh. That's personally what, and that's gonna be the difference. I feel like because Kevin Love has never played a good game against Draymond. Look it up.
That is true.
It's never happened.
Yeah,
and like they're gonna throw. Those are gonna be the matchup. He's gonna either go up against Draymond, who's feisty and is not gonna give him a single thing, and he's never played a good game against Draymond. I might be wrong, so people can correct me. Or he's gonna go up against Kevin Love, who he may be able to body a little bit, but is a 7-footer. Like, good luck doing your hook shots and your fadeaway shots when you do them super slow against guys who are your height. Kevin Love is 7 feet. Kevin Durant is 7 feet and actually can block those shots. So I think that guy has to prove it this series because like Kyrie's gonna be nasty. LeBron's gonna be very good.
I think in this series, Cleveland has the first and third best player.
Oh,
Nah.
Kyrie.
Head to head, yeah, I agree.
Head to head, like
Yeah, I think Irving has Curry's number and Curry knows it, and that's why Irving is, in my opinion, the third best player in
What
the
do you
series.
think? What do you think
it's-
Kyrie can't do that that Steph does really well?
No, I just think I just respect Steph as I'm not even. I think the idea that everybody just thinks Kevin Durant is better than Steph Curry. I can't get that. I can't wrap my head around that. Like, there's an argument, but why is he automatically the best guy? Because he can score in multiple different ways. Curry won 2
He has more of
MVPs
a
in a row
defensive impact
when
too,
he
though.
was absolutely the best guy on the team, doing crazy things, putting up a season that we've never seen in terms of his shooting, what his percentage was. Okay, like, why does Kevin Durant just automatically get that? In the finals, when Golden State won and Iguodala some magical way got a freaking Finals MVP when LeBron was averaging 44 points a game. Like, congratulations. I don't know why you got every offensive play for Golden State, if you look in that series, was a pick and roll where they trapped Curry, who passed it to Draymond, and it was 4-on-3. What does it matter if that guy didn't score 30 points? The fact that every possession in the biggest moments, they had to double team him, and he made the right pass.
No, but stats obviously matter. That's why that trophy goes to who it goes to, right?
But you should be able to look past that and be like, man, without this guy, they would not need to double every single possession where it becomes a 4-on-3. And then you remember, right? Either Harrison Barnes or Iguodala, all these guys would just have wide open shots.
The two biggest people with the most pressure on them this series is going to be Kevin Durant and Steph Curry.
I agree with
They have the biggest to lose too, because Curry, if you can't win with Durant, there's going to be all these naysayers, oh, you just can't do it. And then the fact for Durant, you left, you went to the best team to get a title, and you still couldn't do it, and you lost to Cleveland and LeBron and his guys around him. But I seriously think Cleveland can win the series. People are not even giving them a chance.
Well, I think
they were down 3-1. Like, forget what happened on the other side.
They cracked the code, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Cleveland's defense sucks.
I know.
The advantage,
but I think it's straight up offense for offense.
I totally agree.
No,
offense for offense.
It's just going to be offense for offense.
Except the problem is, the guys who are good offensive players on Golden State can actually play defense. Look, every single.
I know, but I'm telling. I know, but
two-way defender.
The best thing Cleveland needs to do, is, and this is where LeBron, from the minute the ball gets thrown in the air, needs to be assertive inside. If he goes to the post, if it's Draymond covering him, he's gonna get the benefit of the doubt. The whistle's gonna be there. And plus, with their relationship in the last two series with Draymond and LeBron, right? LeBron needs to be in the post, attacking the basket, and that's how he can keep some of the people on the floor not a liability when it comes up, because you're gonna put Draymond in foul trouble. You're gonna give who else is up? No, Pachulia's probably not gonna start. So who's they gonna start?
No, Pachulia probably will start, but he will play bigger minutes than him. Okay, but so I'll tell you this: Fry's not playing a single minute in this series.
Probably you're right. Yeah,
he's not playing a single minute unless something crazy happens where they have to play. In my opinion, and I don't think Korver plays more than 10 minutes a game.
But I think that's fine. Korver in 10 minutes can put up 12 points.
But who's Korver gonna guard? Who's he gonna guard, bro? He couldn't guard anybody in Boston. Who's he gonna guard? He's not playing.
No, but like I said,
it's
a straight offense for offense.
LeBron's gotta.
If it's offense for offense, then I even feel way better about my choice, because they're not gonna be able to hang with Golden State. If they play the way they played last year against Golden State, they're gonna get crushed. I told you this yesterday too. Like, if they played the way they played last year against Golden State, they'll get absolutely crushed. They've got to play the year they lost Irving and Love. They got to play that way to win.
So everything through LeBron.
No, everything just gets completely slowed down. You manipulate every possession down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds, where you're running everything to the post, or you're doing pick and rolls with LeBron.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to be in the post.
I don't think that's going to be their game plan.
I think it should be their game plan.
I don't think it will.
Because you got to beat them inside. If you make it a shooting contest against Golden State, well, let's just look at it by the numbers, right? Yeah. They're the best shooting team ever. Like, they've got arguably the 3 best shooters in the NBA on the exact same team. So why would you, as a team, why would your strategy be to out-offense this team that is literally built to out-offense probably any team ever put together in the NBA? The way you beat them is you crush them inside, and that's what Cleveland did last year, right? Like, they cracked the code, right? And a lot of it was like LeBron in the post. LeBron starting off in the post.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of luck went their way, but I mean, for them to do what they did. But that's what I'm saying.
And for me, who's gonna guard Durant? LeBron's gonna have to. LeBron put up huge numbers last year, right? He didn't guard anybody.
Yeah.
He didn't guard anybody. Yeah. He was like a safety out there.
Yeah, but I think that's because of all the sweeps and only playing one extra game. Like, I think he should be relaxed to go on this.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but I think if you're asking for the player to do both things on defensive side and offense side, he's gonna get drained on the offense side.
The thing is,
because if he's playing post, it's just gonna be body to body contact, and he's gonna need to bully people.
But I think, man, if there's one player who can do that, it's LeBron James.
Because if you ask Durant, let's say if they're down 2-1, right, and you go, Durant, you came here to win, right? Okay, well, all we need you to do from this point forward is guard LeBron. Like, we don't need your scoring. We got enough scorers. This team can prove they can score. We need you to be the best defender you've ever been on this guy who's playing unbelievable. Like, they have that option. I don't think that's going to be something that they probably go to Draymond or Iggy before they go to Durant. But I'm saying, like, LeBron will need to guard those guys. And, like, when they put their deadline upon, 3 guys on that team arguably can play defense on LeBron.
Yep.
Right? And Clay is an undersized, great defender. Like Clay is not a pushover. He's undersized, but he's still a very good defender. So
I think like another guy Cleveland probably needs to like step up is like Shumpert. Because Shumpert can actually play some decent defense.
Oh yeah,
he's like like again it depends on what competition you go up against hitting your threes, but I think he could hit a 3 too. So like I think he's a guy that Cleveland's probably gonna need to use more on because like people like Fry, I agree. Like he can probably give you threes, but man, on the defensive end, you're just a liability. Korver, I think is good for spurts. 100% agree on that. Like for spurts,
who's he gonna guard?
Doesn't matter. You gotta put the ball in the net.
Maybe Iguodala, but they're gonna like.
He can guard Iguodala, I think.
No way, man. Iguodala's so strong, bro. Like he's gonna go.
And like even Darren Williams, like I don't know who he's gonna guard.
No, he'll probably do the Sean Livingston matchup, right? Like that's the matchup. And
I think that's an okay matchup.
Man, Sean Livingston's pretty good in the post. Like he's not gonna be able to stop that.
Sean gets to his spot and it's always money, man. I hate it so much. It's like the same spot like he gets to.
And I think the other crazy thing is like all the pressure is on Steph and Durant, but I think like Durant has so much pressure on him, and like I believe he's a good enough player where like he can either he's gonna go the positive way versus the negative way.
This is the first time LeBron has absolute no pressure on him.
I disagree, man.
Why?
He played one bad game, and everybody's like Jordan would have never done.
No, but that's because those are the same fans that like love Jordan to like death, right? Like Skip Bayless, like. Oh my God, LeBron's like the biggest choke artist. Like, and he criticized him. LeBron won a championship too, right? So like, can't take those people seriously. But my thing is like, he has no pressure. Like, if they get swept, you lost to a team that had arguably the top 24, top 20 players in the team. Like, what pressure? He doesn't have to do anything.
I disagree.
He plays with absolute no pressure.
No, I still think he.
No, I'm just saying, even if he gets loses in 5, gets swept, whatever. Like, it's a convincing 6 game series win for Golden State. He shouldn't get criticized, man. You're literally going up against Durant, Curry, Klay Thompson.
No, he is gonna get criticized because he says things like "I'm chasing the ghost," right? Like those type of things that he's saying. That's kind of putting him in a position where he's comparing himself to Jordan. That's the only person that he's worthy of being compared to. Now, so if you're gonna compare him to Jordan, at the end of the day,
I just find it funny. I find it funny with superstars. Nobody really cares how they got the rings.
Yeah.
The fact that they got the rings is the most important. Like with role players, you can't be like, oh, this role player has 5 ranks. Why isn't he considered to be higher?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, no, he got these role players because this and that happened. But like with superstar, it doesn't really matter how he got the rings. It's like, he got rings. Like that's it. That's how he's gonna be represented moving forward. And
no, but I think that's like my point earlier on, right? Like if I was to tell you that LeBron only went to 3 finals and this was his 4th final, he was 3-0. Would he be that closer to Jordan, or would you be okay? Because if he takes this loss, he's gonna be 3-5.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so let me
3-5, right?
No, so let me. Yeah, so let me ask.
Yeah, so he's gonna be 3-5.
So
now you need to win 2 more championships and not lose just to get back to 500 in the finals. Like that conversation is never gonna be in anyone's favor because they're gonna be like, oh, Jordan was 6 for 6.
But I'll tell you why. To your point, that is him being 3-0 might sway a certain amount of fans to think, oh, he has a chance to get to Jordan, because the way he lost, especially in Dallas, like that doesn't go away, man. That doesn't go away. Like that was a big moment. And if you're comparing, like, to that level.
But that's the only really finals that you're saying, okay.
Yeah, that's the only one that you
So take that away, he's done 3-3.
No, right? He got swept against the Spurs.
Bro, he was like a 23-year-old kid.
But he still got swept, bro. Like, why does that?
With Goskins as the best player, bro. Come on, man. Let's be real.
Tell me.
That was peak San Antonio at that time.
Come on, stop it.
No, okay, fine.
He got swept as a young guy
with no one.
Bumps.
With no one.
But he didn't play good though. Like, it's not like he also played really well. He averaged like 21 points. He even admitted he wasn't ready for the moment. Like, that stuff matters.
Fine. Okay,
like,
that's fine.
I never haven't heard of.
When did Jordan go to his first final?
After
7 years in.
After 7 years.
Yeah.
But look at the teams he had to go by. Like, they were like any teams, man. Like, you had the bad boy Pistons. You had the older Celtics.
Bro, Jordan needed Pippen and those boys to get to the finals too.
Of course, man.
People forget that too, right?
Yeah, of course. Every player needs great players. Like, who's ever gonna?
Yeah, but I mean, when he got to the finals, we're like, oh, he got swept. But like, look who he had, man.
The last two Lakers championships, right? You talk about them having the top 4 of the top 20 guys. You could argue that Lakers, at least for sure, had 3 of the top 20 guys. They had the second best center
Yeah,
in Bynum.
Gasol, Bynum, and Odom.
Yeah. And
Even Odom was the versatile player that the NBA now wants at the 4 position.
Yeah, exactly.
He was just a bit too early in his time. If he was here in that time, Odom would be making
And he
like
was
hundreds of millions of dollars.
He was much better ball handler too.
Yeah, he was not. Bro, he's 6'11", he was like literally Durant. Obviously not at that level, but Durant, but like way better passer.
He was never Durant.
No, but he was way better. No, I'm saying height wise, right? He was the same height.
Yeah, but
he was a way better
I would
passer.
say obviously Odom was in top 20, but those 3 guys, you could easily make the argument were either they're very close to top 20, and beside the point that like Bryant was the number 1 guy in the league at that point, right? So I just think, like, to your point, like, yeah, you need good players to win. Yeah, I think we all know that. I just give Golden State the edge because they got 4 of the best top 20 guys. Like, how are they gonna, like, those four guys are gonna play 40 minutes a game? So the way they lose is they lose in such a way where, like, going into the offseason, they're looking to trade Clay because of the 4 guys. The guy who has the most chance of having a bad series, in my opinion, is Clay, because of the lack of shooting he's probably gonna get. So if he doesn't have a good series, it has to be so bad for Cleveland to win that, like, going into the offseason, they're actually thinking about, like, do we need to move Clay to get a guy that fits this team better? Because they want to keep Curry, they want to keep Durant. Like, that, those guys are the one.
Trade Clay to the Raptors, though, too.
Like, that's an option.
And if they lose, right? Like, if Golden State loses, first thing if I'm Boston, I call up Golden State. Be like, we'll give you the number 1 pick for Klay Thompson. Like, hands down, I do it right there and then. Like, that guy's good enough to give up the number 1 pick for. He had 61 points on 11 dribbles. You can build something around that guy. Like, I do that because he's a proven commodity. I always go for the proven commodities.
I wouldn't want to see Cleveland win another championship, but I actually want to see LeBron beat this team again. Like, it would be the cherry on the top. Like, if he beats this Golden State team 2 out of 3 years, and takes down Durant, Curry, I think Golden State probably, like, says, okay, we need to break. Like, we're not.
No, what? No way.
You never know, man.
No
you never
way.
know. Teams like have.
They just walk through the West. They walk
they're
through
not
the
gonna-
West.
Man,
They
I'm telling you,
can't.
man.
They're just
LeBron's
gonna leave.
caused franchises to
No.
change their paths, man.
I think if it's like,
But you know, no. What do you mean, no? You know, they have to give Curry the full max and
Yeah, this is
Durant
that's
the full
actually
max.
gonna
What do you mean,
happen.
no? You guys are
but
talking
they're still
like,
making crazy money. They're gonna keep the team around.
No,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
they're not going to be able to keep all 4 players. I'll tell you right now. They're gonna have, if they both want
It
the full
depends.
max.
If they
full
lose,
max.
if they
Yeah, the
lose, then they
supermax.
probably won't keep everybody around. If they win, they'll keep everybody around. They're playing massive.
But I think even
taxes.
if they win, the full max is going to be very hard to give to both two
They're
guys.
gonna
and
just
try to
pay
keep-
it.
They won't keep Iguodala then.
Yeah, whatever.
They're going to let that guy
That's
walk.
a big piece.
That's a huge piece, man. I think Shumpert, Williams, and Korver, depending on who are they playing with on the court with, are going to have to be guys who are going to have to play unbelievable ball.
Yeah, I agree.
even get 1 or 2 stops on defense. Like, I know it's crazy to ask, but that's what LeBron's gonna need. Because if you want LeBron, in my opinion, LeBron's gonna have to play 45, 46 minutes a game every game.
That's not new to him.
I know, but like, he's gonna have to be on the court, and like, he can only take the time off. Like, it's like, you know, the first minute of the second quarter you know what I mean. So for them, they need Shumpert, Darren Williams, and Korver to play out of their mind basketball. And then I think Irving needs to drop like 30, 35 a game. He needs to. Like, that's the only way. No, but I know it's a crazy big ask. But
No,
you know
I think
what?
that's doable.
It's doable, man. Yo, bro, Irving
Clay's
is
gonna guard
single-handedly one of the best offensive point guards with a complete game who can score from outside,
And
drives, layup. Like, bro, it's unreal. I was watching the highlights from the first time they played, and the stuff with some of the layups he made against Golden State, and like how he's breaking down their defense. And I get it, they got Durant, right? But I'm looking at it from a Cleveland's perspective. And yeah, you know what? You're right. Kevin Love's had probably the worst games against Draymond Green. But yo, he's played really, really well against Boston. And yeah, he didn't have any great defenders guarding him, let's say. But
I think Avery Bradley's pretty good, man.
But I mean, he wasn't guarding Kevin Love at all times, right? It's more or less, it was like Kelly Olynyk at times, right? He's getting bodied, right?
Yeah.
But I think Kevin Love's gonna have to play huge. Like, I think this is where he's gonna have to show the 20 and 10 game, like 20 and 10 for the whole series.
I don't see it happening, man.
I know, maybe it's a reach, but if they want to win, that's what they're gonna need from these guys.
I just pick Draymond over Kevin Love every day of the week.
Bro, Draymond can't control his emotions. I'm telling you, he's probably gonna get suspended one of these games. Like they're gonna find him. He's gonna get
No
suspended.
way.
He's
It's
dumb.
not gonna happen this year.
That guy's a loose cannon. Like you just need to go into his ear and say your mom's this, and this guy's probably gonna go like crazy. You know, like he's just that easy to get like worked up, and then like he does stupid stuff. Like why would you punch someone in the nuts and then cause your team a championship? Pretty much.
No, I don't think. Man, that's like the most ridiculous
I
argument.
think that's the dumbest argument. That's
What
why they
happened?
won.
Where
Come
was
on,
he-
man.
was
They
he
played,
suspended?
he played great game 6 and 7.
Yeah, why does him not playing in game 6 and 7 matter? Like he got one game on the road and one game at home, and like people are like, but he was out game 5. It's
Yeah,
like
it
what?
has
Game
nothing
5
to do
mattered,
with
man.
it.
Game 5
No,
mattered.
man.
It changed the momentum,
It did,
man.
yeah.
It changed the momentum. It's like what? There's 2 more games. They had the home court. They played all year. They actually killed themselves to go for the record of the most wins, which in doing so locked them the home advantage, right? Nobody forced them to go for that 73-9. They had at 67 wins, they had a home advantage throughout the playoffs, right? And they kept going, and then they got game 7 at home, and they lost. Like I don't understand how game 5 matters when it was like 2 or 3 possessions. You got Steph versus Kevin Love, and like he didn't make the shot, and Irving did. Like I think that's.
Do you think
ridiculous.
Steph can guard Kyrie?
I think that's gonna be the matchup. The
He
matchup.
can't.
The matchup.
The answer to that is can't. It's gonna be Clay on him.
But I think Irving can't guard Steph either, man.
I partially agree with you.
Partially.
Partially.
Well,
I think Kyrie is a better defender than Steph is on.
No
like I pick
way,
that,
man.
100%.
Irving gets lost on defense all the time, man. Like Steph plays good team defense. He's just not a good one-on-one defender. But like neither is Irving. But I think the matchup that's gonna be the thing is, and how effective they are doing this is gonna be LeBron with the ball, bring Irving with him, and he's gonna Steph's gonna switch up on LeBron.
No, but eventually after a little bit, that's gonna be Klay Thompson on the other side.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Because you know that's gonna happen, right? Like that's how they were able to take Curry out.
Yeah, so then they'll put Curry on J.R. Smith, and LeBron will start calling J.R. Smith for the pick and rolls. Like they're gonna keep chasing him. That's why I keep telling you about Korver. Like they put Korver out there, right? Then they got offense. They're gonna get the ball on offense, Golden State, and they're gonna be like, Kevin Durant, here, take the ball. Okay, now call the guy Korver is guarding in a pick and roll. And if they try to switch and go under and switch, it's over. It's over. So they're gonna have to switch. In today's NBA, you almost always have to switch. That's why bigs like Valanciunas can't play in big games, because they have to switch. If they don't switch, the other guy just hits threes. So that's why guys like him won't be able to play in the series, in my opinion. And that's the key of this matchup is gonna be something Golden State didn't even do barely all year, which is the Curry and Durant pick and roll. They barely used it all year, and
because they don't play that way, right? It's all them running back
but
screens
that's
and coming
gonna
off the
that's
corner.
gonna happen. That's gonna happen, and that is gonna be impossible to stop. I think. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go under? You're gonna go over? You're gonna switch? Like, you switch is gonna be a weird matchup. Like, unless
then Curry's gonna have LeBron on him, right? Because you're gonna have Durant most likely being covered
and
by
I'll take
LeBron.
that. I'll take that.
I would too.
I would take that.
Bro, you have to.
You wouldn't
like,
take that,
yo,
Sajj?
look,
You would
listen,
take
like,
that.
you,
Come
if
on.
you look at the percentages,
That's not
you
a
would
bad
want to
matchup.
take LeBron being guarded by LeBron covering Curry. Whether that goes in or not, that's probably a best matchup for Cleveland.
I totally agree.
And
I think they'd be happy with that.
the other end, you have Kevin Love on Durant. Yeah, okay, Durant's probably gonna take him, but you know Kevin Love's a pretty strong guy inside too, so it might not be like an easy score for him. No, seriously, yes, it's true, man.
it's gonna get. What are you talking about? You guys are acting like Irving and Kevin Love just got announced for all defensive player teams.
No.
Like, those guys are bad defenders, man. Like,
Look, you're right. I know, but I'm saying, but like Kevin Love's just not a pushover that he's just gonna get bodied down. Like, bro, he's a pretty strong dude, man.
you know what it is? Like, the test is like, it's like I made the mistake with Indiana this year, right? Where, like, I picked them to be like one of the top 4 teams. I think a lot of people made that mistake, right? And I did the over on them big time, and I like obviously got crushed, right? And I picked them to win their division too, I think. And I think Washington ended up winning. I thought they could win it. You always have to look up and down the roster and go like, how many plus defenders do they have? How many guys are above average defenders? LeBron when he's engaged, Tristan Thompson, most cases, and then like other guys, you're like, okay, JR has good moments, Shumpert has good moments.
Tristan and Kevin Love are in the same position, bro. When you look at their stats, like at
No.
above rim
No.
protection, they're around the same.
No, pick and roll, bro. That's what runs the NBA right now. Tristan Thompson's probably one of the best big guys.
Yeah,
who
pick
can
and
switch.
roll. But are you talking
Yeah.
about like defense, like
One on
Okay,
one.
but that's not what you're worried about Golden State anyway. They're not posting guys up to try to get those like bashing them inside. They are a pick and roll and cutting team. And in the
and I agree with you. I think like Tristan Thompson's a great pick and roll player, so that's why I also think at times when you have LeBron and them switching, like you will take your chance. If you're Golden State, you're like, okay, that's a positive for me. I'll take Tristan Thompson any day. But like,
I'm saying those are the only two above average defenders on that team. Golden State, they got probably 4 or 5 guys who are pretty good defenders, like known to be
Andre, Durant
this year.
Clay. Right?
Clay. Yeah,
those are the 4.
Yeah, and
above
those
average.
and those are the 4 that are gonna play massive minutes. And the 5th in Steph Curry, he's not the best defender, but nobody will ever go, he's one of the weakest defenders in his position.
They always do like 2 on, 2 off, right? They do like Durant and Curry, and then they do.
I would take that matchup. I would pick him. Like,
finals they're gonna be all on, man.
They're gonna play Mike Brown coaching.
They're gonna be and that's the other thing. Like, who's the better coach, LeBron or Mike Brown? Like, I don't think Louis. I don't even consider Lou a coach. Like, I'm so sick of them seeing like head coach of the Cavaliers try Lou. Like, he's not the coach. He's just a guy LeBron wants to represent the coaching title. Like, LeBron's the coach. I didn't see the first round series they had against Indiana, and obviously that was probably the closest of the 4 series, even though Boston won the game.
Yeah.
But the amount of open shots that Toronto and Boston missed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't even have to look at the numbers, and I don't know what the numbers are, but I can tell you I watched every game, and they miss so many open shots.
But that's where like if Golden State gets
Golden State will not miss open shots. They will not. They're not gonna miss open shots, bro. Like, Clay's not missing open shots, Durant's not missing open shots, Steph's not missing shots, and this year so far, Draymond's not missing any open shots. You hope he struggles if you're a Cavs fan, but that's my thing, man. Like, their defense is so overrated. Cleveland's. They were shit all year. Sorry for my language. They were like 20th. They were 20th in the league. Right? Then they go up against teams where their offense is so much better, so the defense doesn't matter. Meanwhile, these teams sometimes are still scoring above 100 points. That defense is not going to work. And like, Golden State will punish them like crazy. And those games, like in Golden State especially, they better be ready for that, because a few open looks and 9-0 run, and like the game might be out of hand or might be out of, like, that's what they can do. Their 3-point shooting is so unbelievable. And I just find it very difficult to watch this Cleveland team who kept giving them these teams open look, and those teams weren't good enough to make them, is suddenly going to put up some sort of crazy defense where Golden State's not going to get open looks. They're going to get open looks, man. And like, you're really just betting on Iggy, Clay, and Draymond to miss open threes.
Yeah, but you're acting like Cleveland doesn't have 3-point shooters. Cleveland clearly has 3-point shooters. So the only point I'm going to make is Cleveland is ranked number 2 in terms of field goal percentage when it comes to the Cavs. And so, I don't know. I think this is going to be a 3-point shootout. And just because they have the headliners in terms of Golden State, they have all the big names. But other than that, I mean, Cleveland has good shooters.
What should happen?
I don't see it happening.
I think they can happen.
I think it'll happen.
You think Clay's going to miss open threes?
Yeah, man. They've missed them before.
I think Draymond's going to miss. I think Dre's going to miss. Andre?
If there's one player, I would rather let the Draymond beat me. If there's open looks. Seriously. You know who needs to just go off every game? J.R. Smith.
Yeah, that would be great.
Like, needs to just go off every game.
He's
literally been chilling the whole playoffs.
He saved them in game 7,
I know, but I'm saying he needs to like go off.
Yeah.
They were down 8 points. He hit those 2 threes and that 2-pointer. And
But I'm telling you, man, that guy single-handedly can change a landscape of a game. If he just gets hot.
Streaky, yeah.
Like, it's just like LeBron in the post, kick it out. This guy's gonna do like some next fade, like, and just jack up a 3.
They have Clay, bro. He took 11 dribbles, scored 61 points. Like, yeah, I'm sure guys can get hot, but like, I just think
that's never gonna happen again. Like, he's not doing that.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it again.
And when did that happen with JR?
He's not gonna.
When did that happen with JR?
I didn't, but I'm just saying, like, you're bringing one game. Like, he's
bro.
He had 37 in a quarter. I get it, but like, has that been happening all over the time? No, it's not. Is Clay like shooting lights out in the playoffs? No, bro. Like, people are like, series to series, things change, right? Like, Golden State's gonna step on that court, and they're gonna be thinking we threw a 3-1 lead, and the fans in Cleveland eventually will be chanting 3-1 and talking about, like, for them it's more pressure because they gotta get over that hurdle. Like, you had a championship in your realm and you let it go. And
on a side note, there's no pressure on Cleveland at all. They were just at the Future concert. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
LeBron and JR just partying in the Future concert yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm telling
there's
you,
no
bro,
pressure. They don't care.
Fine, but I think like Steph and Durant are just too good for. they're gonna overcome that pressure. I think they're gonna overcome it. Like I think, like I have to see it, man. Like I could get behind like LeBron beating Golden State last year, and then they went down 3-1. And I'm like, oh, it's not gonna happen, and it ended up happening, right? I just can't envision like okay. So if Cleveland wins, LeBron's gonna have like two games where like he does something he's ever done in the finals. At least two games. Yeah. I just think like
he can average triple double, not a problem.
I don't think that's gonna matter.
He can put up 40.
He's gotta put up 40 points a game. 38, 37.
He can put up 40. He can grab 10, 12 rebounds.
And what is LeBron gonna do the game where his shots start going in? Is he gonna drive?
But I think he just needs to continuously be in the post. Like if LeBron starts becoming the shooter, then yes, they will lose in 5. Like he needs to be getting his points in the paint. Like he averaged like 20 points a game in the paint against the Boston series, right? Like, I'm sorry. I understand Draymond's a great defender, right? But I'm going to take LeBron James over anyone on that team inside, like, if it's LeBron one-on-one. So, if you know that you as a person, like LeBron, should be thinking, okay, I know I can get my points inside, or I can get an open shot from one of my specialists out there on the three-point arc, then I need to do whatever it takes to go into the paint every single time, like, aggressively. Like when he went into Boston in 2012 and put up 45, 15, and 5, like this guy was on a mission. He just needs to be on a mission every single game. It's easier said than done, but if you're trying to win a championship, you're well rested, you're obviously having a great time.
Durant's on a mission too, man. Steph's on a mission too.
Oh, Durant was on a mission because he went to the best team. Like that was a different mission. Like they're all, I'm telling you, Steph and Durant, yeah, they have the biggest pressure, but I've never seen LeBron play without pressure. And I think this year, like, if he's focused and determined to win the championship, he needs to be sitting in the post, bodying dudes up, possession after possession, and he will get Draymond and Durant into foul trouble. I'm telling you, someone's going to get into foul trouble.
Yeah.
And it's going to be one of those guys.
Yeah, you're not factoring that in.
Yeah, like, bro, he gets the call,
LeBron
bro.
doesn't consistently, like, LeBron doesn't go full series where he just sits in the paint.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the thing that he needs to do differently to win this championship.
I agree.
And that's the only way. That is their best shot. And like that's what I'm telling you. If Tyronn Lue or LeBron, the coach, or whatever you want to say, like whoever's there, like that needs to be the focal point out of every game that this play. Like he needs to be in the post and he needs to get shots when he gets doubled or tripled or whatever it is. But he needs to put Durant or Draymond Green in foul trouble. Simple as that.
Yeah, and I mean, if they play anything other than LeBron, like LeBron through the post or Kyrie Irving in the pick and roll with LeBron, like I think games can get really.
And Love's got to hit his three when he gets that look shot, pass off. Yep. He's got to hit his three because he hits his three because when they do the pick and roll, Kevin Love's always the guy who gets the ball after, like the pick and roll, dribble penetration and boom, kick out to Kevin Love. He fakes, defender goes flying past him, and it's a 3-point shot. Like. The big three of Cleveland's gonna have to score
like 80 points,
like 90. 90. They're gonna have to score 90.
That's a little much.
It's not, but they have to, man. That's what it takes to beat this behemoth of Golden State, right? But I think they can do it.
I think they can.
4 games, they can get 90 points.
Yeah,
fine.
I think in 4
I'm
games
saying like
they can get
90. Fine, give or take 80 to 90 points, right?
I think they can.
But like J.R. Smith needs to be the like guy outside from the big three in the starting lineup. Putting up money like 3-point shots, and then Shumpert off the bench needs to be able to hit the three.
I think those are the two guys that are gonna play that position.
Yeah,
Jefferson's gonna come off the bench and play the three a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't think
Jefferson's not bad considering how old he is. I'm like, how the hell is he still relevant in this league, man? Like, obviously he's playing with LeBron, but like, he can knock the three too.
It's gonna be interesting, man. I think
Cavs in 6.
I think Golden State.
I think Cavs in 7.
I want to lean towards 5, but I'm going to go with 6. Golden State in 6.
So what do you think it goes? So the first game, second game, third game?
I think
first game Cleveland wins. Yep. Golden State wins game 2 and 3, and then Cavs win.
I love it. I love it, Babar.
I think it's going to be Golden State.
I'm telling you right now, game 1, Cleveland's going to win. I'm telling you right now. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And everyone's
gonna be like,
uh-oh, here we go again. Golden State. It's going to happen. I think so. Because I'm going to think rust is going to be bigger difference for, like, Golden State than it will be for Cleveland. I can't prove that to you, but, like, I just think Golden State the way they played in Game 1 against San Antonio, just very stagnant, nothing's happening, and they needed an injury for them to wake themselves up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. They were down by 25 at home. I've never seen Golden State being down 25 at home in a playoff game.
Yeah, it's true. I just think they have too much firepower, man. I think they have, and they're all good players, and they're like, yeah, they've all had moments in the past where they like didn't come up big, but so has guys on the other side too. So like every player has the opportunity to get over that hump. I think it's just they got a little bit more firepower with better defenders. And even if you compare their offenses together, you go, okay, the offense is great. Golden State's just a better defensive team, man. Usually those teams over a 7-game series win championships. Like the better team always ends up winning in the NBA.
No, that's true, but I think
so.
Like,
you
have to be
you're
strategic, right?
You're really betting on something that has less probability happening, and I just think like, yeah, LeBron could go insane. Irving could go insane. Like it could happen, right? But
no, but it's also like, forget all that. It's the fact that like Cleveland's going up against a team that they know they can beat because they beat them last year. And fine, you got Durant. But then
Durant.
Because like for Golden State, it's like we're playing the team that stole a championship for us while we were up 3-1. Like we literally take that out of our hands.
So you don't think that drives them? Remember that year that Spurs thought that happened to them against Miami, and they came back and crushed Miami?
Yeah.
Like why are we completely forgetting that other angle of them being like, yo, we could have beat this team. We were better than this team. We let the gas off the pedal. They came back and won something that we were right at the edge of winning. So this year we're coming for them. Oh, and on top of that, we just added the second or third best player in the NBA. Like, you're completely ignoring that other side, the other perspective, which is Durant's like literally teetering on, is he gonna be one of the top 12 best players ever, or is this just gonna be a great Hall of Fame player but never wins a ring, right? Like you still put Durant above a bunch of the other Hall of Famers,
like who?
Like McGrady, Carter, Paul Pierce, a lot of these guys. But like if he never wins a ring, or if he doesn't start winning,
Paul Pierce?
Yeah, he's better than Paul Pierce.
He's better than Paul Pierce.
Yeah,
not in the playoffs.
Yeah, except Paul Pierce needed another great player.
But that's the thing, right? People just go like, oh, Durant because of how great, bro. Like you could be a great player until you show that in the playoffs. Like, you know how many shots Paul Pierce has hit?
But that's my argument against that Atlanta team you guys were talking about, right? Like you could be a great 60-win team, but then if you get swept, like Horford after he won Game 3, his record against LeBron was 1-12.
Yeah.
So you can say all you want about like, okay, this team is great. They won 60 games. Raptors are great. They won 56 games. Okay, they won the 2 games against Cleveland. Well, go watch those games. LeBron was not engaged because I told you my theory about it. Like he did not want to go perfect in the East because there was a good chance that Golden State could have beat them, and then he knew what the narrative was gonna be. Like, oh, the guy goes 12 and like, yo, if you don't think these guys are thinking about these things,
they're not thinking about these things.
100%.
He went 12. So you're saying he went 12-2?
Yeah, I think he went
to build buffer.
100%. I think he lost.
No, but that's true, man. The narrative changes big time.
Stop it, guys.
If you go perfect,
watch those games. Watch Game 3 and 4.
So is that why they lost to Boston this year?
No, I think that this year they literally just lost because they let off the gas. I think this year they were trying to go 12-0 because Golden State was going to be 12-0.
But this year it's more of a reason to lose, right? You added an MVP to a 73-9 team.
But then to your point, like no, to your point,
this is a bogus conspiracy theory.
To your point, they're the favorite. Why does LeBron care if he goes 12-0 and gets crushed in the finals? That's supposed to happen, no? Like, what was that ESPN website? They have 93% chance the Golden State's gonna win over Cavs. All I'm saying is last year,
93. Those aren't the odds.
Like last year, that was the thing. It was like if LeBron crushed the East and ended up losing, and there was a good chance they could have lost in 5. There was a very good chance they could have lost in 5 if Draymond plays Game 5. Now it didn't happen, so whatever. So imagine what the narrative would have been then. LeBron crushes the East and gets crushed in the finals. We've been so right about it all along. The East is garbage, and that's why LeBron's got to 7 finals. No, so when he lost a couple against what's it called? Toronto, right? It was just like it built that buffer, and then that's what he said at the end. He was like, "Oh yeah, I've been in a lot of tough situations in my career. This was not one of them."
Yeah, he straight up said that. Like we obviously don't get that respect. 'Cause
Watch game 3 and 4 and tell me if LeBron of just those 2 games wasn't weird.
But I don't understand how that conspiracy theory doesn't apply to this year too. Then it just doesn't make sense.
Because to your point, because last year if LeBron goes in,
yeah.
Enough of the people were still picking Cleveland, even though they're going up against a 73-1 team. There was enough of them that were going, no, like, we think Cleveland could beat these guys. Like, they've got the firepower and they got LeBron, the best player. This year they got the best player, but almost everybody's picking Golden State. And if you're like an actual, like, except this guy, he's picking Cleveland. He's thinking J.R.
I'm picking Cleveland too.
Yeah, except you guys. We're the only guys in the world that I think. No, but you're like, oh, J.R. Smith, he has to play. Okay, are you saying J.R. Smith's is better than Klay Thompson? Like, if you put your money on it without being a fan, would you bet that Klay Thompson's gonna have better impactful games than J.R. Smith?
I don't know, man. Did you see Game 7 when he hit those 2 threes?
No, he's done it before, but he's also hit.
No, but I'm telling you because it all has to do with LeBron, bro. LeBron is the cog in this whole thing, right? Like it's how he comes out is how his team's gonna play, right? If he comes out nonchalant, like not caring, but then obviously it's gonna be a very quick series, and Golden State's gonna be, hoisting the championship. But J.R. Smith, Shumpert, like bro, every finals you find some sort of like an unsung hero, right? They might not win the MVP, but they're players that make a difference, right?
Mike Miller,
right? Like,
Battier.
there's players that have done it. Like Cleveland's gonna need more than their big 3 to win this. Obviously, it's obviously very obvious.
Tristan Thompson's gonna have to dominate the board.
And the boards for Tristan, he's gonna have to get. He's gonna be on the same level as Draymond Green, and when it comes to the aspect of rebounding, defense. And I really think Cleveland's got a chance simply because you beat a team that was better in numbers last year. They were a better team overall in numbers.
They were a better team.
Bro, numbers wise they were in the regular season.
They're better than Cleveland.
But it doesn't. No, they were better than Cleveland. They're not a better version of the team they had this year.
No.
They just aren't.
But they don't have inside presence. Like I really think that
Cleveland
LeBron's gonna take that.
Wait, do you think Cleveland is better this year or last year?
This year.
Okay, so it's the same argument then.
No.
Both teams just went up a notch.
Yeah,
right?
Except one team added the second or third best player.
I agree with
That's
that.
very different.
The team added like a 3-point specialist, Kyle Korver. Pretty much. No, I honestly think
don't discount Kyle.
I think
They're not
Cleveland's
playing in the series, bro.
Cleveland's got a legitimate chance of winning, and the fact that people are not giving them even a chance, it boggles my mind. Like you're a team that came back, the first team ever to come back from a 3-1. Forget that it was against a 73-9 team. The first team ever to come back down 3-1, and then add it that you beat a 73-9 and a unanimous MVP.
You cracked the code last year,
and you're telling me it's not possible.
And you're saying they're not going to be able to crack it now this year. It's like you have the keys to unlock the
never
secret.
Went to Game 7.
Never went to Game 7.
Never went to a Game 7.
That really matters.
No, man, I think.
But I think it's gonna be crazy. Like the television ratings are gonna be unreal.
Yeah.
But whether it's a blowout or not, it's gonna be unreal because it's a trilogy.
Yeah.
And the fact that.
What do you think the narrative is if, let's say, hypothetically, it's not gonna happen, but Cleveland gets swept, right? What do you think the narrative is? That
maybe
this
LeBron
is unfair?
LeBron calls up.
It's all gonna be on LeBron. It's not gonna be like, this is unfair. Just put up a team that's this good. No. Two MVPs got together.
Call Anthony Davis, and then he's not gonna pick up. He's saying, "I'm in a contract with this other team," and then he's gonna call Worldwide West, and he's gonna be like, "Call the Illuminati. We need our favor in." He'll be like, "Okay, which one do you want? Kyle Anthony Towns, or you want Anthony Davis? I want Anthony Davis. He's more along." And they're gonna take him, and then he'll be like, "All right, we're going for round 2." Like I think LeBron's so much of a businessman. Like if he actually loses this year, he's gonna go on some next, like he's gonna get some other guy, and then people are gonna, oh, give me a break. Like they didn't just get that guy. Meanwhile, we got like Corey Joseph, pick and rolls. Corey Joseph pick and rolls. You're like, oh god, we got no shot.
No, but it's actually a very good question because like let's say they lose convincingly like in 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
Then like you literally gotta wonder, right? Like LeBron's 3-5. People are saying nope. You know what? Yeah, it was a tough team, but you know what? Sorry, we can't have that conversation. I think you should have the conversation, but fine, no have the conversation with LeBron and Michael, right? What does LeBron do next? Because yeah, East is slightly getting better, but if he brings the same team back, hypothetically, they're gonna win again. So you're probably up against the same Golden State team again,
same
right?
one.
So what do you do then?
Milwaukee.
Huh?
Milwaukee.
No, Milwaukee. No, if Milwaukee had LeBron, yeah, Milwaukee could probably win it all. They've got amazing height, and they all can they're great players.
They're not gonna beat LeBron.
It's all possible.
They're not gonna.
No, I'm saying
LeBron.
if you put LeBron on a Milwaukee, they'll probably win a championship.
It's all
I think.
possible, bro. It's all possible. LeBron maybe goes to China, plays in China for the Yang Tigers, makes $300 million in 2 years.
Yeah, it takes
Comes
2
back,
years off,
runs for 2020 as a president. Unreal. Becomes president, makes a trade for Carl Anthony Towns and Anthony Davis.
Executive order.
Executive order. Dude.
First president / basketball player to ever play. And then by then, LeBron Jr. is ready to come in. He's retired for the 4 years to run his first term. LeBron Jr. comes in. LeBron comes back. First dad and son pick and roll in the history of the NBA. Still gets crushed by Golden State.
No, but I really think that you.
That's all possible. By the way. None of that is off the table.
Okay, cool. This is a lot longer than I was hoping for. This is great stuff, guys.
Yeah, man. When we start talking, it usually ends up going
Yeah,
on.
it goes quite long.
Awesome. Cool. All right, guys. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that podcast. We had Sajj and Babar here talking about the NBA Finals. Sajj, just to recap, is going with the Golden State Warriors in 5, 6,
I think I'll go with 6.
6 final. It's locked in.
6.
Okay, cool. And then Babar, you're going with Cleveland in 6,
Yeah.
right? All right. We'll do like a debrief after the finals is done.
Yeah, man.
To see what
That'll
happens.
be interesting. I'm actually so excited for Thursday.
So the crazy thing
I
is
can't
there's
wait.
such a long wait in between each game, man.
It sucks,
That's what I hate
man.
about the finals.
It absolutely sucks.
They gotta wait 3 days. Well, no, the first game is Thursday, then it's Sunday, and then there's 1 day in between, and then or 2 days in between, and then you gotta wait another 3 days.
Actually, I slightly don't mind because at the same time, I don't want any rest excuses, from the player.
I just want everybody to be healthy, man.
Yeah, I want a healthy,
that's exactly what
competitive
I mean.
series.
That's exactly what I mean. I want a healthy.
And I
game.
really do hope I'm wrong and it goes 7 games. I think the best case scenario is go 7 games and then the best team.
Could you imagine it
If
goes
you're gonna
7
build a
games?
conspiracy theory, that should be it. The refs are gonna help it go 7 games.
Man, the last year's a conspiracy theory. It's the proof is in the pudding, bro. Watch game 3 and 4. LeBron was not engaged. I'm like, oh, how are we?
No,
he was not engaged. He was not playing well. He was
no.
not.
Carroll played great D.
All right, this is the end of the podcast.
If it goes Game 7, imagine Golden State fans are gonna be just shook. Imagine the
Yeah,
game.
if
in
it
their
goes
home
Game
court.
7, if it goes Game 7, though,
LeBron
Sajj,
won
do you think
game.
they're gonna lose? That's a lot of pressure. Think about
If
it.
it's Game 7, I'm
Think about
telling you
it.
for sure Cleveland's winning.
If it gets to
For
a game,
sure,
if it gets to
Cleveland
Game
wins.
7, then I like Cleveland's chances more because I didn't think they'd get to that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna get to Game 7, man.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Starts Thursday this week. So tune in after the playoffs when we're gonna debrief this. See you guys.